Hello everyone. In my last video lecture I have discussed about latch. So what is a latch? Latch is basic memory element of a sequential circuit. So to know about sequential circuit, first we have to know about combinational circuit. So this is the basic block diagram of a combinational circuit. X1, X2, X3, X4, these four are inputs of the combinational circuit. Okay, these four are inputs. And Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, these four are the outputs of the combinational circuit. This is the basic block diagram of a combinational circuit. Now from the block diagram it is clear that the outputs of the combinational circuit, it depends only on its present input values. Any past output values does not affect the present output values here. But in case of sequential circuit, these output values will be fed back to the input side. That is, if we take a feedback path like this, here all the outputs are fed back to the input side. Okay, so the present output values, that will depend on the input values as well as the past output values that are fed back to the input side. And so there should be some memory element that will be capable to store these past output values. So there will be some memory element in the feedback path. That memory elements will be capable to store the past output values. Now the combination of this combinational circuit and the memory elements, the total circuit, it constitutes the sequential circuit. Okay, so this is the basic block diagram of sequential circuit. Now I have discussed about latch in my previous video lecture. So what is latch? Latch is basically the memory cell or this memory elements. The simplest kind of sequential circuit is latch. And I have also discussed about gated latch, where an additional input was present known as enable input. And from the gated latch the concept of flip-flops come. These flip-flops are also these memory elements. Okay. Now coming to the block diagram and working principle of NOR based SR latch. So this is a SR latch. Okay. These two are NOR gates, NOR gate 1, NOR gate 2. These two are inputs. One is R input, another one is S input. That's why its name is SR latch. S stands for set, R stands for reset. So we can say this is set input, this is reset input. And another input of NOR gate 1 is the output of NOR gate 2. Here we can see the output of NOR gate 2 Q bar, that is fed back to the input side of NOR gate 1. Similarly, the output of NOR gate 1 Q, that is fed back to the input side of NOR gate 2. So if we draw the truth table of NOR gate, you all know the truth table of NOR gate, that is for input 0 0, what will be the output? Output will be 1. If the inputs are 0 1, output will be 0, 1 0, output will be 0, again 1 1, output will be 0. This is the truth table for NOR gate. So we can see that the output will be 0 if any one of the inputs is 1. Now coming to the truth table for SR latch. Next is the truth table of SR latch. Now here are two inputs, S and R. Output and action. Qn plus 1. Qn plus 1 means the output of next state. Qn plus 1 bar, it is just the complement of Qn plus 1. Now at first let us assume that the value of Q is 0 and Q bar is the complement of Q, so its value will be 1. Now we are putting S equal to 0, R equal to 0. Here we are giving both the inputs as 0. Now here this 0, that is output of NOR gate 1, that will be fed to the input of NOR gate 2. So here it will also be 0 and this 1 will be fed back to the input of NOR gate 1. So this will be 1. Now from the truth table of NOR gate it is clear that when both the inputs are 0, output will be 1. So here both the inputs are 0, output will be 1. And here one input is 0, one input is 1. So output will be 0. So here the output 0 and 1, these two outputs are same as its previous outputs that was initially assumed. So we can say when we put S equal to 0, R equal to 0, there will be no change in its output. So the next state output Q n plus 1 and Q n plus 1 bar, it will be same as its present state output, that is Qn bar. So action will be no change, as the next state output and present state outputs are same, so you can say there will be no change. Next I am giving S equal to 1, R equal to 0. S equal to 1, R equal to 0. Now from the truth table we can see if any one of the inputs is 1, output will be 0. So here the output will be 0 because S is 1, this is 1, this input is 0. So here the output will be 0. Now if the output is 0, 0 will be fed here. So 0 and R is also 0. So 0, 0, it will give value of the Q as 1. So we can say here the Qn will be 1, Qn bar will be 0. Now when the value of the output Q is 1, we can say the latch is set. So when we will give set input as 1 and reset input as 0, we will get 1 in its output and the latch is set. Okay, these are the two cases. In the first case I am giving both the inputs as 0. In the second case I am giving S equal to 1, R equal to 0. Now coming to the third case. In third case we are giving S equal to 0, R equal to 1. Now what will happen? It will be 0, R will be 1. Now here is 1. If any one of the inputs is 1, output will be 0. So here value of Q will be 0. And if the value of Q is 0 here, then the value of Q bar, it will be 1 here. Because this 0 will be feedback here, it will be 0 and the value of S is also 0 here. So 0, 0, it will produce output 1. So we can say when S equal to 0, R equal to 1, then the value of Q is 0 and the value of Q bar is 1. Now when we get 0 in the output, we can say the latch is reset. Now coming to the fourth case. Now the fourth case is a little bit different. Okay, in fourth case we are giving S and R both as 1. So when both are 1, any one of the inputs is 1, then output will be 0. So both will be 0. Q will be 0, Q bar will be 0. But is it possible? This is not possible because it contradicts the fact that Q and Q bar are complement of each other. So this Q and Q bar can never be the same. So this 1 and 1, this case is forbidden case. This is not possible in practical. Here the outputs are denoted by these question marks. Okay, so this is the 4 cases. In the 4 cases, we are giving different inputs to S and R, and according to the inputs, we are getting the outputs. This is the basic working principle of the NOR gate based SL latch. Okay, thank you.